a certain magician. Yeah. 聞こえているかな? It says, hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. 未だ見知らぬ運命の君. It says, you who do not know your current fate. You who do not know your future. Or perhaps, あるいはいつか出会った星見の君。どっちでもいいさ。It says, or maybe perhaps you are the person that met among the stars. Well, whichever it is, it does not matter. I've become quite bored, you know. I've become very bored to an extreme. So, will you listen to a tale? But then again, it's not going to be just my words. It's part of a song that's been hearing throughout the winds. これより語るは一つの未来。妖精国と成り立てた神秘への島のその幾。This is a one possibility of such future. The future of the land of the fairies. The place where mystic of land itself reside along the way. Those who sin, please go home. After all, this is the Queen's castle that knows no bounds. Tsumoru. It piles up and piles up just like the rain and ashes. Disappears and disappears, just like the snow and all the lies. Our desire is on top of the pond or the lake. But as of now, we're always in the palm of the Queen's hand. But just a little longer of hardship. Because after all, after 2,000 years of mourning, the savior child will arrive. It would bind I and you, or aka fairies and humans together, a prophesized girl, a child that could save this world. Even if this light would start insignificant, unable to be seen by anyone, that's what that dwarf is. The dwarf's gonna turn into a butterfly. Yeah. Even though if that light would not be seen by anyone, but just like a butterfly, or you can turn that around and say just like a technically it'll be butterfly, but you can technically say like a moth searching for a light to make its goalpost. The town of steel and a sea. I don't know what a susu is. What is a susu? 外来を避けたとき、英霊は迎えられる。So I think that means a charged sea or darkened sea. Once the calamity is done and over with, then will it be welcomed with open arms. You'll be selected with the staff of selection will lead the way, while the journeyman from the foreigner world will be watching over. The saving child would reach its throne to claim rightfully hers. The one that claims and sits down the throne will be the true king, for certain. And here is one crown that's tainted by blood. Because sound the lightning and burn the flames, show the path and the way by ringing 6 bells, and make the king's road to make the true path. Before the red calamity catches up. Before the black calamity eats them all. The job will be very lazy and tax-free. Our own little fairy journey of a job. After all, what we all desire is to move forward forever. A shining bright future tomorrow we seek. After all. What do you think? There's probably some information or meanings that you might understand, but most of it doesn't come with a beneficiary for a song, does it? Don't worry. Whenever it comes to prophecy of a song, it's always like that. After all, listening to it whatsoever has no meaning, but when that occurrence actually happens, people will always say, oh yeah, they did mention this, and go back and understand what it means in the past for the future. Just like a tiny little curse that gets shouldered onto the back, itching to be answered. Oh. It seems that the scary... it seems that we got caught by the scary older lady. Unfortunately, this is what I can do, and as far as I can go. Maybe perhaps we can meet once again after all this is over, perhaps. It's unfortunate that I cannot participate in these battles. But at the same time, I'm glad that I don't have to suffer through all this bad feelings after all. But until next time, I'm hoping there is a next time. I'll be waiting in this place. The land of the closed off area you seek and know so well. So Merlin's just kind of chilling. Merlin's kind of stuck. Okay. What was that? Was that a dream? It's weird that Falcon doesn't say anything. I wonder if Falcon is Morgan. Test. Well, Black Calamity could definitely be Falcon gone wrong. So, test. Good morning, everyone. This is Shion here. The time is 7 a.m. Just, I do believe that right when morning time routine, we've got atmosphere breaking loud noise. So we apologize for the inconvenience, but we have very problematic situation. I need all staffs into Gnome Claudia headquarters immediately. There is a movement occurred in Lostbelt 6. An emergency has occurred that has been predicted. 予測されていた緊急状態が発生しました。Please do not panic and come in fast in ordinary fashion. Gather around in the command room. Oh shit! Falcon, we gotta go! Oh, I don't like Falcon not fucking saying anything. Fokun. Hey. He went the other way. Oh no, Fokun's not coming with us? Oh shit, LB6 is a fucking shithole. Oh no. Fokun's not coming with us. LB6 is gonna have a beast. Oh god. Because if you don't know, Fokun is like a charm or like you know, in the mine you have cradles or whatever you call it, canaries. So if you have not noticed already, every single place where Fokun is, there is little to no threat of a beast. But whenever there isn't any Fokun, you would always meet a beast. So we're gonna highly likely going to see or meet a beast caliber class. Bacterial I have arrived. What is the meaning of this? Masta. It says, yeah, it's impossible to ask protag. Kyriolite. He and I just arrived just a few moments ago. Captain's not here, nor the advisory, nor Da Vinci. All we see is that stupid face smugging alchemist and... Good morning, everyone. I'm glad that you all was able to rest soundly, you shady bitch. It says, it seems that Mr. Godorofu, Miss Protag, and Miss Kyriolite are all looking well today. I believe step 1 is clear, Miss Shion. Yes, it's really helpful that everybody is reared and fully recovered. The fact that we need Protag to be in full suit, demi-servant mash, and the quote-unquote Munieru, who's going to be controlling, and operator Tomarinshi. Operator no Tomarinshi. What the fuck is Oparinshi? Why is everybody starting to get a name? So, a operator Tomarinshi, simultaneously another operator Kawatashi, Da Vinci-chan's helper Octaviashi. Octavia. Let's see. Rear drive equipment Chinshi. Ayanshi. Wow, there's so many more people in Nova Claudia than I thought. Holy shit. Yeah, weapons equipment check and measurement check Kayanshi. Record secretary Irudonshi. Spiritron engineering studies and preparation Makashi. And as always, munching on the delicious pancake with a lot of syrup, Godorufshi. It seems that with everybody here fully ready to go, it seems that we're having a wonderful stat, as expected of a veteran Cloudian staff member. The fact that you already know the current situations and they already know their basics right when I sound the alarm. It makes me don't have to say unnecessary things, and it gets my job easier. Hey, all I'm hearing is bad news coming out of your mouth, but let me ask one more time. What is the meaning of this, Shion-kun? This little... whatever, this red circling alarm and loud noises all of a sudden. What is the meaning of all this red map? Hey, what happened? Did the workshop caught on fire or something? No. It's simply put, the Earth is in major trouble. Almost like a cataclysmic ending coming through. To tell you the truth, in about 24 hours, I believe we're going to die. Or disappear. Oh, disappear. That's a lot bigger picture than I imagined. And what? What are you saying? このエジ Futo Niso. Yeah, what are you saying, these Egyptian knee socks? You fool. It says, M. 箱や外見目、霊装のみを算段して、人の的な移動するのはどうかと思いますか? It says, hey, just because of their outterior looks and how they speak, and their mystic codes or their clothing, you shouldn't be judging people by their sayings, you know? But I do agree with what you say, Michion, but right now, can you explain to us what's really going on? As you can see, we're all ready to go, prepared for something emergency. Mr. Godorofu and all the staffs are on standby. I'm hearing that the Earth is in peril. Can you tell us exactly what's really going on? Yes, enough fooling around. I do apologize. Since we are running out of time, I'll be telling it in a very simple manner. It's been 3 weeks after the assault and the surprise attack from Alter Ego Limbo, and we have successfully defeated him. Gnome Karadia has fixed up equipping Stormborder, and we are about to go ahead to operate to Lostbelt 6 and 7 to make it our mission possible. But then again, as I've already told you in an explanation beforehand, that there's no reason for us to go to the island of Britain, which resides Lostbelt 6, due to the fact that there's no Lostbelt to be found. What we need to figure out is the quote-unquote Lostbelt 7, where the foreigner god has taken priority and residing and resting its wings. We've already understood that Lostbelt 6 can be left behind. After all, see, protect. You tell them. Because there's no Lostbelt in Britain anymore. Or you can say, Britain's a little yikes. Yes, indeed. The Britain Lostbelt, in order to manifestate such Lostbelts, in order to... so in order to successfully burn down the Olympus Lostbelt, the Britain Lostbelt was used as a catalyst, after all. And ブリテンからの領昇級での魔術反応は完了されていないという、そういうことも感知されている。And there's no special magical energy of a Lostbelt magical energy of such tree of emptiness being detected from the Lostbelt signature at all. Just like China and Britain, these Lostbelts will slowly dissipate, is what the usual concern was. Yes, after all, Britain's Lostbelt is surrounded by the Wall of Light instead of your Mystic Storm. And now we've considered as the proper human history that it is not a threat. That is what we've perceived and understood. Were we wrong? Yes. Well, it is definitely a place worth searching for, and we were in the target of... Excuse me, sorry. Uh-oh. There we go. So it says, it wasn't a threat to old humanity, but at the same time, it was a place where we should investigate. But it wasn't treated as a threat until now, until today. From the locations and the calculations of all these map rooms through the paper moon and the detection lens of foresight future seeing Shiba lens, the prediction has come to a result. Is that after all, 24 hours later, the Britain Lostbelt will disappear. But for some odd reason, just like a ripple effect and a butterfly effect, the ripple of eradication and erasure of the Britain Lostbelt feedbacks to the entire Earth. Therefore, the entire Earth will be dragged down with it. The planet itself will finally reach its end And for some odd reason, it can't even handle its own weight and its condensed pressure, and it would eat itself and cause a supernova. So it's essentially saying that after Britain Lostbelt is gone, for some odd reason, it causes a ripple effect, and it vibrates the entire Earth, and the Earth starts compressing itself. And because it can't handle its own weight, it starts compressing, and then after that, the planet would shatter into a million pieces and turn into nothing. It'll be the quote-unquote a different black hole created by the foreigner god. It's actually the end of the planet will be manifested. It's more of, instead of the bleached out Earth plan, humanity's bad end, it overrides that bad end and creates a humanity's dead end. 100%. What? Wait, that bad? What? How did that happen? The reason is unknown, clearly. But now that we've figured out the results and what could happen, now is not the time where we can explain or diddle-daddle and try to fix the prioritized problem. Da Vinci, Captain, and others are already prepared in Stormborder, ready to be issued out. Recently, we were using the shadow borders and getting close to each of the Lostbelt storm walls, then ray shifting it in. But this time we're not prepared whatsoever to bust out that operation in a sitch go. But fortunately, we have a storm border on our hand this time. Storm border, I believe now, especially with the new upgrades that we have, I believe we were able to tackle or infiltrate the Lostbelt that is currently having us trouble back then. Stormborder, aka a cruiser class at least, is now nothing more than a frontier base now. 現地での調査はシャドウボーダーで行うにてもいつでも補給できるっていう必要がある。とても頼もしい。So it says, currently we can now go to the ground side and use the shadow border as a reconnaissance mission. Therefore, we could always go back and resupply. That merit itself is positive enough. Mataトライ引き継ぎメス2世はこの現象を崩落と免じていた。Secondly, this Mark II of the Thrice Megis has labeled this phenomenon as collapse, a pitfall, a downward trend. Wait. A falling pit? Are you saying that the Britain is a place where it has a gigantic hole, or we're going to drown in it? That is uncertain until we find out with our own eyes. I believe this will be a very unforeseen circumstances, even for the foreigner god's prediction, and it's outside its expertise. After all, Britain disappearing is perfectly fine. With no longer Lostbelt holding its strength or maintaining its location, it's only a natural ending that it should have come to. But yes, why this disappearance would overwrite the cosmos and cause this planet for its downfall. We need to figure out that mystery, abide it, solve it, and properly adjust it and properly address it and then solve it there in order to fix or else we will not have any future ahead of us. Because after all, it's instead of witnessing the Earth being bleached out, right before it gets bleached out, we're losing the entire platform called Earth. After all, if this were to continue. He says, what do you mean we can't be doing it? We only got 24 hours to pull this off, right? We're way beyond too late. Oh, please. Don't worry about that. Britain's erasure is 24 hours on our time, after all. Apparently from the Shiba's perspective, if you were to go across that wall, I believe the time fluctuates a little differently than before. Than ours. So once we go to the Britain's Lostbelt, don't think too hard about the countdown belt that I've given on this realm. So, all you need to do is go to the Britain Lostbelt, and while then, figure out the phenomenon or the cause and solve it right away. But then again, it is true that we are running out of time little by little. So I will order all the Cloudian staff in order to prepare for Storm Border. After all the final preparations are met, we're going straight to the Isles of Britain. We're going, right when we go to the right when we hit the wall of light, we're going to use Storm Border to traverse through the dimensions and pierce through this light by crossing over. And we will infiltrate the Lostbelt 6 Britain. Well, that's about the explanation for everything. And after all, right on time, Shadow Border is installed and ready to go. Hey, thanks for the follow. It is a very guerrilla tactic operation. Any specific details and methodology will be in the inside the Storm Border, and Mr. Vinci will be briefing you on it more in detail. Thanks for the follow, my man. Big preach. So please be careful, everybody. And I'm also expecting a wonderful souvenir at the end. Wait, what about you, Miss Shion? Are you not coming? Sorry. I did say all staff, didn't I? Slip of the tongue. That was the wrong thing to say. Cut. It'd be weird. It'd be weird for somebody new like I to be involved as a Cloudian staff. I thought that was City itself. But please do not worry about me. I will be observing Lostbelt 7. Yeah, I'll be observing Lostbelt 7 so we don't lose sight of it or any problematic things occur. I will do what I can do, my best. So you should do what you can do at your best, Mr. Protag. But then again, once you all fail your mission, this base will go ba-boom in 24 hours. So I highly recommend that please do your very best to succeed as well, is what I would like to say. But then again, no worries whatsoever, you know? Thanks, Shion. You hang in there too. Haha. Sus. Understandable, but still sus. Hiya. Calling all crew members. I repeat. We're about, all staff members. Prepare for station. Prepare to your stations. We've just arrived at near the Lostbelt, Britain. 2 hours from leaving the Buldandering Sea. As scheduled, we have arrived to the belt. Currently, right now, we're watching or witnessing the Britain Isles north of 200 kilometers in our current positions. what we can definitely see with our naked eye is certainly true to be confirmation of the wall of light. That is this is the same exact record in Singularity 6 of what we have described as the end of the world, or the other side of the world. It is the same caliber as recorded back then. Da Vinci, Professor, using those two correctly, they have analyzed and created that this Britain's south side border has a thinner layer of these protection. Therefore, we're going to be swinging by. This ship will be swinging by next to the light of wall very quickly. Once we head to the south side of the Britain, we will land and then start our infiltration there. Operation time will start in 45 minutes. All crew members, prepare to your stations and rest up when ready. Rest up while we get ready. Well, as you can see, we're going to be starting this operation without any breaks. Stormborder is a big ship after all. Unfortunately, unlike the Shadow Borders, we can't just dive into zero sail willy-nilly. But because of the magical fortitude and its great advancements in strength and technology, we're able to traverse worlds within worlds, dimensions within dimensions, and we have the shielding to not worry of any problematic situation. We're practically a gigantic drill at this point. So we're going to be using Stormborder itself as a bullet, and we're going to penetrate through the wall of light and slide ourselves in. After all, once we charge in, a similar occurrence will occur like the zero sail. All we need to do is keep the mental fortitude of all the crew members down and calm. Confusion, hesitation, doubt, and fear. Any of those lingering, the physical body will not keep up due to its lingering problem. Of course, the heart and head and heart, shoulders, and all those little things, the feeling, right? I've already prepared myself with enough zero sail, and I am accustomed to it. There's no reason for you to worry about me, Captain. Besides, is the operation and plan of strategy already implemented, ready to go? Because after all, without any preparations or without any strategy, I do not want to go into a Lostbelt without any objective in mind. Of course we got everything covered. We've done everything we could do at this very moment. And we're looking at every inch of the corner. So be at ease a little bit. After all, we were completely ready to conquer Britain's Lostbelt from the get-go. Is this true? I heard that the Britain's Lostbelt were not a threat whatsoever, is what we discussed, but yes. But we've already prepared just in case of the investigation side. We only have one-sided information, but in the Britain Lostbelt, one of the few cryptors remaining, Feral Gut, and I believe when it comes to the Olympus's Lostbelt, there was someone specifically attacking that belt, the king of Lostbelt existing. Simultaneously, also this Lostbelt king has disconnected, and not only connected the attack through the belt, disconnected as if it was unnecessary for the world. Whether it is being fooled by Barrel Gut himself, or whether they had both the same idea, is quite unknown for now. But from the speculation of shown, what's important is that they have the strength to burn down the Lostbelt in a single blow. That's very important. And with that, that's got to be Rongominia though, right? Correct. There's no way that any other weapon that can reach all the way to Olympus, this far away. It was used. It was used by a super magic, gigantic magical circulation. It's almost like a divine punishment. It was a mystic that went even above the caliber of Kiristaraya. That was definitely Longominia. It was really weird. 人の手によるものではなく、この星の内海で芸術された魔術。So it says, those things weren't created by human hands. The thing was, created by this star, and it was a magic made by the sea. It was a creation made by the seas of the stars within the planet. It is something that is, it is, to be perfectly honest, something that we dreadly are looking for. Almost we want to put our hands down, from, what's the word? We desperately need it in order to defeat the anti-foreigner god type. It's a trump card of sort, really. It says, the seas of the stars is, what does that exactly mean? Amunieta says, well, it's basically the Paradise Theory, or the Paradise Legend Paradox. Or, a legend of the utopian folklore. Excuse me. Because remember, in every tale of folklores or legends or whatever, there's always a promised land or a promised castle that'll keep immortality forever. You know those things, right? The utopia. The Garden of Eden. The country that will never age. Technically, if you want to put it in more Britannian case, it will be Avalon. After all, there's no ordinary method would be able to reach such a place. It is a paradise that doesn't exist in this world. Technically. I heard that it's always located near the inside of the star, where the souls of the star reside, is some rumor. If you're a clock tower mage, it's basic knowledge, pretty much. It's a legend if you said it in word. But those who would see it is, those who've witnessed it will definitely tell you that it wasn't paradise at all. Because after all, there is if you can reach there, there are people who can actually reach there to an extent. This inside of the sea of the stars, you know? To be perfectly honest, there's a specific investigation organization in the clock tower specialized for that. Well, then again, it is located in a place where it's completely outside of human understanding. The fact that you try to meddle with that, the fact that you try to meddle with that, you're almost inviting trouble and wandered into their world on accident. What are you saying, Munipatsa? Are you talking about the underground workshop, perhaps? They're nothing more than a simple archaeologist. archaeologist investigation group. It's exaggerated. It says underneath the clock tower, aka down the London land, there seems to be a rumor that says there is a navel, or aka, those belly button of the earth, is what I've been told. Quite preposterous, even though, a high caliber mage man myself would hardly understand or likely to believe, huh? If you could, just for a moment, rewind back to the association. Association and clock tower aside.ブリテンのロストベルトの王がロンゴメディアを扱うなら、この力を調子してお示したい。It says if the Britain's Lostbelt king is able to utilize the Longominiado, if that's the case, we need to measure its strength and try to abide or figure out what exactly they are or who they can be. 我らがブリテン領を調査の準備を進めていたのはこのロンゴミニアドだ。This is the reason why we were pre-prepping our preparations to this lost belt to Britain is because of Rongo Miniado, aka for this occasion. It was definitely out of the blue, out of nowhere, and we're off task schedule. But faster or slower, we were going to interfere with this place in the first place. We were going to interfere in this place in the first place. It says, so this time our master's mission is not to survey the current world, but yes, of course. Thrice Megisto, Mark II's warning, the fallout. You need to be fixing that structure and status as well. But another priority that will go on top of that is the securing the weapon of Rongominiano. Conversating and trying to strike a deal with the Lost Belt King itself will be our primary objective. What? Conversate and... What? You're trying to bargain with her? That person who would have a quote-unquote a missile that can even shoot the shoot a missile without a moment's notice? Yeah, I think this time it'll probably be really impossible. But I do really want Grongominia though. I'm too busy with Stormborder and the summoning system and Black Barrel. But I believe that I also believe that if you were to have these things, right? Stormborder, summoning system, and Black Barrel, most of the time, well, to be perfectly honest, anything that's resided on Earth, including the foreigner god, I think we can render them useless, but Xian keeps saying that she needs to work on a combat anti-mystic mystic code. Anti-divine mystic soldier uniform is necessity. But she didn't let go of that concept. And we really need it then. It says, but you must understand, Miss Xian is an Atlas alchemist. I believe we will gain significant progress if she's worked alone. That's how she functions. The fuck? just like she has predicted and just like she has thought. We've obtained a Nautilus ship, and next with that storm border. I highly recommend jumping on her suggestion if you don't want mine. And I do believe that I hope we can obtain something. Maybe perhaps Rongo Minedo, or that can replace it with. Hey, Holmes, aren't you taking this a little too laid back? No-ちゃんにもかかる負担かつてないかもしれないんだよ。やるべきことがたくさんある。確かに今回はちょっと違う。This is, I got a lot of things to do. Hey, enough chit-chattering. Everybody back to your stations. We're ready. We're going to be arriving in the crucial point very soon. Is everybody prepared for a time-dimensional impact? Yes, I'm sorry for being late, Captain. Oh, shit. The wall is like right in front of us. Jesus. Captain, you got no eyes, bro. I understand what's going on. I don't know how to maneuver this to my flavoring, but I've started to understand its taste. Don't think that this Lost Belt will be the same as before, as you went through now. Understand that make sure if you're going to negotiate, you use your head fully. And any of your reckless follies, keep that to a 30% maximum. It seems that Mr. Godorov has warned you before I could say so beforehand. Well done. It says we did tell you that it's a high priority and importance, but understand that retrieving or possibility of getting the weapon will be in a realm of possibility, not exactly 100%. After all, we have time and knowledge and wisdom on our side. No matter what kind of enemy exists, it's to stand in our path. As long as we can take one step forward and figure out one step at a time, we will always arrive at the truth that is laid before us. All right, protag is protag in the seat, ready to go. All right, Professor. Final checking cooldown. Storm border, start to zero coding. Torrenton engine from 1 through 3, Roger. Going in. Firing optimal. Time dilations and differentiations between dimensions and realms, and creating a quote-unquote extra calculations to back up flaws. Completed. The market is open, chat. And AMC is green. Feels a Goodman. Feels a Goodman. Yeah. Da Vinci, I'll lead you in the electronic calculation room to make sure that we're all can be protected and our existence verified. Nemo series, you're gonna be our eyes and preparing the route for all of us. Hey, the calculation room gave us an answer, Captain. This successful chance is almost 99.9%. Good. So that means store border can now advance, transcending into a next level dimension crash. Now we're infiltrating Lostbelt 6. Aw shit. Avalon, lay fay. When the stars are born.